Hey, welcome in and thank you for joining this playthrough of Marvel Champions the card game while we walk through the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below so we can interact and we can really make the channel better. So as we're moving along here, let's see where we're at. So we have come from defeating M.O.D.O.K, and we are now on to scenario number 3, which is M.O.D.O.K, which is always fun. I'm glad they added M.O.D.O.K as a villain into here because he's a villain that everyone loves. I don't know about everyone, but he's fun. He has his own show, so go check that out. So again, right, we are walking through this with Ghost Spider, Gwen Stacy, and having a good time with it so far. And I'll take a moment to show off. So for Ghost Spider today, we previously were playing in defense. We are switching it up a bit to go into a leadership aspect here. So I will post ideally the deck here. The one I went with was heavily based off of probably the most popular, most recent leadership deck for Gwen Stacy. I think it was, I don't know, it was different tiers. It has a good write-up. Something that I took out of it was the "You Got This." Part of the reason is that for this specific scenario, in case we end up taking some damage, it's dangerous to flip down, so I added in Noble Sacrifices. And then another thing, this is a hero response, so we get to trigger, ideally like it would trigger our card draws, but the effect of it readies our hero, which we're already readying when we use that. So either way, I got rid of the "You Got This" because in the playtesting I did with this, these games went pretty quick, and so I don't want to jinx myself there and have this end up be a long game. But we have all our spider friends in with us, and we have some cards that get to exhaust them, some leadership cards that will heal us, and we'll see how the deck pans out. In my playtesting, like I said, it went pretty fast and furious, so I am hoping that goes this way this time. So to get back to where we were, let's first set up the villain. We're playing M.O.D.O.K in expert mode, and he has Retaliate 2 and Steady. I do not have a Steady token, but the Retaliate tokens are cool from Buy the Same Token. The rest of the status tokens will probably be my next order from them. So let's see, we will create the Holding Cell deck, which consists of these 4 cards. I'm going to look away and shuffle these up. And the one that I'm looking for, ideally, well, that's okay. The one that I really wanted to start with is the one of them. I can't think of which exact Inhuman it is, but when you thwart, you get rid of one of the lock tokens, and so that would be ideal. But this enters play with 2 lock tokens on it. And so let's see, we have created the Holding Cell, and then we put 2 environments into play since we're playing in expert mode. So let's see what 2 adaptoid environments we get. We're in expert mode. We're going to shuffle these up, and we get the Strong upgrade, which is probably my least favorite one because they gain toughness. And then we get the Sarah Garza upgrade, so they get +1 attack and overkill and ranged, which is unfortunate. The other 2 are the ones I would prefer playing with as in these environments, so the game immediately starts being a bit harder here. So as part of our setup, now we go and get an Adaptoid and reveal it. And so, oh, that's ironic. I flipped the first card and it was an Adaptoid. That's pretty funny. So we're going to shuffle, grab the Adaptoid, and it's saying we reveal it, which is so interesting in this, but I don't know if they get the tough. I'm just going to try to maybe assume that the Adaptoid gets a tough because of the Strong upgrade, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm assuming it would still come in with tough since we revealed the environments first. So let's see. We're going to shuffle those up, put that to the side, and all right, so we have a tough minion to start with, which is a huge bummer, which has, I guess I can throw this to remember. It's going to have +1 attack, +1 attack. I'm going to put a Don't Forget over here on the toughness, because that would be easy to forget with these adaptoids coming out. So we're already starting with a bit of a harder situation with the strong upgrade. And so what can we do here? That is, I think, everything for, we're going to flip this up for the villain setup. This comes in with 1. And then when this pops, we put in more adaptoid environments. We're going to try to avoid that popping. And so now we can go to the campaign setup. We place 3 additional lock counters. So we'll do this quickly. We're going to put 3 onto here for the holding cell deck, and then we move X based on how many rescued captives, which was 4. We rescued all 4, so we're going to remove that, and then the holding cell just comes back down to 1. And so ideally we'll want to get rid of that one by getting rid of the adaptoid. The S.H.I.E.L.D. executive board is in play. We have the 1 on the Chief Tactical Officer from the previous round. The aim interference cards are shuffled into the deck, and we're not going to use any of our setups because they're both Justice allies and supports, which I don't really want to, there's nothing that really caught my eye to add. So instead, we're not going to do that. We have 7 hit points, but what we will do is we're going to add a token to the Chief Surveillance Officer so that we can heal damage equal to our recovery. And then we're going to continue on playing, and we'll see where we go with the victory steps if we get the victory. So with that, I'm going to heal for 3 back up to our full health of 10 and put that token there. So we are ready to begin now. I already shuffled up my deck here. I'll shuffle it again just in case, but okay, so let's draw 6 cards and see what we get. We get Phantom Flip, Ghost Kick, Helicarrier, Pirouette and Punch, Spider-Man, and a Ghost Kick. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's see what we want to start out with here. We're not going to be Phantom Flipping. I really would only need 1 Ghost Kick. I like Helicarrier and I like Spider-Man. Pirouette and Punch is okay. I think I'm going to hang on to these 3 cards and we'll see what we draw. Yeah, we'll see. I like all of these. I definitely won't be able to play all of these, but I'd be interested in seeing what we can do here. So I'm going to get rid of the 3 cards here and draw 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. I'm looking for double. Oh, we got our double, which is very nice. A specialized training. Okay, this is cool. I like this. So there's nothing to do in alter ego form, so I will flip up. I like the thought of playing Helicarrier. And what I could do is I could potentially attack, use Helicarrier and a specialized training, attack to ping off the tough, those play Ghost Kick, which would ready us, and we take the 1 off the main. I like the idea, and then we can hang on to Spider-Man. So some other options might be, using 2 of these resources to get rid of this. Like that gets rid of the tough, and then, I don't know. I think I like what we're kind of working with here. The Ghost Kick. Yeah, I like what I described there. So I am going to play, we can get a Helicarrier down on turn 1 would be great. We're going to play the Strength and the First Aid to go ahead and play our Helicarrier. That'll come in readied. We will then attack for 2 to ping off the tough from the Adaptoid. And then after doing that, we are going to trigger our Ghost Kick. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, we're going to deal 6 damage to an enemy, max 1 power for basic use. So that comes in. We get rid of the Adaptoid. We ready because of our dizzying reflexes. And then because the Adaptoid got defeated, we take off 1 from the holding cell. And then darn, I'm still wanting to see the guy that takes off holding cell tokens. So anyway, the strong Inhuman comes in with toughness. And so we're definitely just going to let this character defend our next turn. But with all that, I like what we're looking at here. We will hang on to Spider-Man. Ghost Spider can thwart the 1 off the main. And then we can continue here. Yeah, so I like what we're doing. So we're going to ready everything up. The strong Inhuman comes in. I'll put them over here actually. And so we're hanging on to Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and those on the bottom. We're drawing 1, 2, Teamwork. Ooh, Ticket to the Multiverse, Web Bracelet, and a George Stacy. Okay, interesting. So as a quick thought for next turn, it would be cool to probably play Spider-Man or maybe a Web Bracelet. Probably a Web Bracelet, and then use these to just play Spider-Man with a Helicarrier. George Stacy, right, is a very important card to her deck, but I have found that it's not that important in this deck, at least with this scenario. So that's going to be our tentative plan. Playing Spider-Man and our Web Bracelet. So yeah, I like that. So we're going to go over to the main. 1 is going to go on. M.O.D.O.K attacks for 1. We're going to have the Strong Inhuman defend. He's attacking for 1, 2, 3. And then after this activation, shuffle Adaptoid into our deck. That just pings off the Strong Inhuman's Tough. We're going to shuffle the Adaptoid back in, which honestly we don't mind getting Adaptoids too much. We don't like the Toughs on them, but we want to get rid of the holding cells, which, hindsight, this comes in with 2. So, alrighty. Alright, so here we go. Now we get our encounter card, and that is an Under Fire. So we Surge and reveal the top card of the encounter deck. We'll Surge, reveal the top card. It is the Villain Schemes. Alright, so that's a huge bummer. We do not have anything that we can do about that, but that's fine. M.O.D.O.K is gonna scheme for 3. Oh, we hate this card. Okay, so M.O.D.O.K's just wrecking our plans here. M.O.D.O.K's scheming for 3, 4. So let's start with that before I forget. This will just go up to 5. And then we get an aim interference. And so I think maybe we prevent 2 of the interferences, or 2 of these, so we could then just play Spider-Man this next turn and thwart down quite a bit with him, because he would thwart 3 and 1. I think we might have to do that. This really sets us back. Of course it does, but that's okay. Yeah, let's see. So we will use 2 resources to Ticket to the Multiverse to deal with our least favorite card here. It also came in with Insight 1. Or wait, no. This was a boost. Okay, so the Insight 1 doesn't matter. We're looking at the boost. And so, yeah, we're going to place 1 counter, and I guess we'll keep it even here and just do the Chief Medical Officer. And then we get our second encounter card, which is going to be Diplomatic Sanctions. This Surges. Okay, so this is not going to be a quick game, like I was mentioning earlier. Oh gosh. So we have to discard 1 card from your hand for each aim minion in the victory display. That's 0. So this just Surges. And then, let's see, we get a Hostage Situation. Alright, so M.O.D.O.K can't take damage. That is fine. We're going to place 3 over here. When revealed. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when revealed, attach 1 rescued ally face up here. Okay. Attached ally is no longer under the player's control, but it's still in play. When defeated, the defeating player takes control of attached ally. That's okay. Alright. That's fine. We're going to defeat that with Spider-Man, I suppose. So they're still in play, which is unfortunate because I don't think we'll get the toughness back, but that's okay. So all that happens, comes back over to us. What can we do? We can yeah, I think we're just, yeah, we'll actually, yeah, we will do this. So we're going to use a Helicarrier. Unfortunately, we're going to get rid of Web Bracelet and George Stacy to go ahead and play Spider-Man. The reason being is that Spider-Man when we play Spider-Man from our hand, we're going to choose our thwarting, and he gets +2. So he's thwarting for 3 right now, and he gets that until the end of the phase. And so, right, I think it would be great to, instead of him thwarting losing a health, I think we will just use teamwork for this, and that'll ready us so we can at least get 1 off of the main scheme. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is play our teamwork. When you would use your basic thwart power or attack, exhaust an ally you control. So we're going to exhaust Spider-Man. We're adding that power to our basic use, so technically we're thwarting for 4, but that just gets rid of hostage situation. This leaves, and then we take back control of Strong Inhuman, who is readied, and then we get to ready because of using teamwork, and then we'll go ahead and thwart for 1 to bring this down to 4. And we don't, let's see, we could thwart with 1 for Strong Inhuman or attack for 3. I'm not too worried about attacking right now with the Retaliate 2. So I think I will just thwart for 1 and then ready everyone up here. And so that helps keep this lower. And so, yeah, we want to get rid of the holding cells, but we're not drawing into what we really want right now. And we're taking some annoyances here. So we're going to get readied. We will draw up to our hand size and hope this round goes better. So we will draw a Make the Call, Across the Spider-Verse, Phantom Flip, and Parental Guidance. So that's not too much going on for us. We would love an event to play during this turn, but that's okay. So a quick thought about like what we could even do here is probably, like, we have no allies in our discard pile, but we could like maybe have Spider-Man attack. He gets pinged back to like he gets knocked out when we do that, and then we could potentially play Across the Spider-Verse. We could also, we'll figure some things out here with what we're going to do. We could use Across the Spider-Verse to get rid of a holding cell token, use 2 of these to get rid of 1 of these tokens. We have options. So, okay, what we're going to do here is not clear options, but we have options. So we're flipping over to, we're going over to here. We're adding 1 onto the main. We will, M.O.D.O.K will attack. We are just going to defend this. And no, actually, yeah, I think we will. Yeah, you know what? Let's stay ready because I don't know if we're going to be using Phantom Flip next turn. So let's just go ahead and defend with Strong Inhuman. Yeah, that's fine with me. 1 attack plus 0, so Strong Inhuman just takes 1. We're okay with that. And we will now reveal our encounter card, which is an Adaptoid. That's kind of what I did not want to see. Which is, it's okay. We'll remember though when defeated. In my head, when I used Strong Inhuman, I thought, well, maybe what if we get an Adaptoid? That doesn't seem likely. It was likely. Okay, so we get the Adaptoid, which is fine. That's going to help us bring down our holding cell. And so comes in with tough, comes in with the 2 attack that we can remember. And hopefully, let's try to get rid of the Adaptoid this round. What can we do here? So some options that we have would be kind of what I mentioned, attacking with Spider-Man. Do they have guard? No, I don't think the Adaptoids have guard, but what we could do, attack for 2 with the tough. We could play, yeah, well, fortunately we don't have the resources we need for Chief Tactical Officer. I'm just thinking here. If we, okay, so I'm going to try to do what I mentioned. I don't know if this is actually going to work out too well. with the resources we have, but I think I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to... Yeah, just trying to think still. Apologies. What can we do? I'm going to go ahead and just try this out. I don't want to think too long about it. I'm going to attack M.O.D.O.K with Spider-Man. I'm just checking if they have guard, overkill, ranged, toughness, brute traits. I don't think they have guard. So Spider-Man is attacking M.O.D.O.K for 2, and then Spider-Man's going to get wiped out. So he goes away. We will now use a make the call to bring Spider-Man back. We're going to use a, or no, whoops, apologies. We're not using make the call. We're playing a helicarrier, and we might as well use the make the call to play Across the Spider-Verse. And we are going to, oh, this exhausts us. I didn't realize this is going to exhaust a web character, a web warrior. What I just did isn't going to work for us. I need to take all that back. I apologize. I forgot that Across the Spider-Verse you have to exhaust a web warrior, which is not going to help us with what we're trying to do here. Oh, I apologize for all that. So let's think about this again. Let's put M.O.D.O.K back. Spider-Man still here with us. We will do, I guess, what we can. We don't have too many options here. So we're going to attack for 2 with Ghost Spider. That pings off the tough. And then when we do that, we'll exhaust a helicarrier and parental guidance to play a Phantom Flip. So Phantom Flip will then at least clear off the main scheme here, and it's going to ready us. And then, oh, cool. So now, no. I was thinking maybe now we can use the Across the Spider-Verse. That's still not going to work out for us. So what we will do instead is, I'm actually going to hang on to the parental guidance and use make the call to pay for Phantom Flip. Apologies for that, but this is going to help us in a moment. And so we will then try to piece this together. We're just going to do 2 and 2 attack and attack Adaptoid for 4. Unfortunately, does not take out Adaptoid, but it's what we're dealing with. And so what we can do now is I might as well, Spider-Man takes 1. I can at least use the parental guidance in Phantom Flip to go ahead and heal 1 from a character. We'll heal from Strong and Human. And then we'll use the Across the Spider-Verse as a resource to take off a holding cell. And that's all we can do this turn. So unfortunately, we're going to be taking a hit from Adaptoid. Not what we want, but it's okay. So we're readying with Spider-Man, readying with Strong and Human. Let's see what we draw, and hopefully we can pick up some pace here. So we are going to do Teamwork, Noble Sacrifice, a Web of Life and Destiny is great, Noble Sacrifice, and it's Teamwork. Okay, alrighty. That works for us, I suppose. And so we go over to the main here. We're going to add 1. We're going to have M.O.D.O.K attack, and then trying to think if what we want to do here. We might just have Strong and Human defend again. And so we'll attack. He's attacking for 1, 2, and if it gains piercing. So that's fine. He's attacking for 2, Strong and Human has 3 damage. And then the Adaptoid attacks, and what do we want to do? So we're getting attacked for 3 from the Adaptoid. We could defend all the damage, and then try to figure something out here. Spider-Man takes out Adaptoid. We get Sarah Garza. We can use, if we defend, we can't use our Teamworks. But we'll see what happens. Okay, well, we're just going to have to find out what happens here. Ghost Spider, we're just going to defend the 3 from the Adaptoid because... No, you know what? We'll take the damage because we at least have that Noble Sacrifice. Maybe we'll use that instead here. Yeah. Okay. Here's the choice. We're taking the 3 from the Adaptoid, going down to 7 health. Because that opens up, we can potentially use Noble Sacrifice. So now M.O.D.O.K gets an encounter card, and it's an AIM Jailer. Alrighty. Wow, very unfortunate. So, when revealed, AIM Jailer attacks the rescued ally with a few remaining hit points. So, attack strong and human, thankfully has 5 health, or 7 health, because they have 5 damage on them. And so, he has guard, that is okay. Let's see, we're going to try to do some work here. So it comes back over to us. And now, let's think what we could do. Web of Life and Destiny, we're just going to go ahead and play that. And get it down onto the table. We know we want to attack and get rid of Adaptoid. So I think, let's see, we could use a Hero Interrupt to do that. At least ready us. No. Yeah, so let's do it this way. Let's attack for 2. And then we will use Spider-Man. We're going to exhaust Spider-Man and use Teamwork, so we're attacking for 4 now. Yes, and that is going to go ahead and get rid of the AIM Jailer. So we deal with him. We played our Hero Interrupt, so we ready. We're going to keep the Web of Life and Destiny up here, which we can... It technically can have a ready token, but it doesn't exhaust to use this. So what can we do here? I think using a Noble Sacrifice would be great now, given that we can draw a card. So let's think. Discard an ally we control, heal damage, and give our hero a tough. That seems like some good value here. I like this. So I'm going to go ahead and attack for 2 to get rid of the Adaptoid. Adaptoid goes away. We get, when that happens, when defeated, remove 1 all-purpose counter. That unlocks Sarah Garza for us. So she's going to come out and, Sarah Garza is going to come out and do anyway, she comes out, apologies. When she comes out, she's going to get a ready token here. So we have a few options now, because this holding cell just needs 2 mental resources. So I could either use my Noble Sacrifice, because this comes in with 2. I kind of want to use the Noble Sacrifice so we can get that tough and draw a card. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Hopefully we draw into a mental resource so we can continue getting this down, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. I want to use the Noble Sacrifice. I'm going to discard an ally control. That is Spider-Man. And then we're going to heal damage equal to the ally's printed heal damage equal to that ally's printed hit points. So that's 3, so we go back up to 10 health. And then we get a tough status card. For some reason I thought I readied with that, but that's okay. We don't need to ready. We get a tough status card, but because of after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we choose a player, me, and draw a card. And it's not the resource that we want. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see, 1 Noble Sacrifice. We'll go ahead and play, remove 1. Oh, we have to spend 2 mental resources to do this. Oh no, so we're really kind of stuck in our hand here. I didn't think this through as well. Oh well. I'm okay with that. So now we just have cards that we're sort of left over with here. Teamwork is pretty nice because we can maybe do a big attack next turn if we really want to. Web Bracelet. Oh, man. Web Bracelet obviously is a great card, but at this point in the game, I'm just trying to think of our options here. I'm actually going to get rid of Teamwork and upgrade and see what we can do. Because I don't think we're going to make a big attack. Yeah. So we're just going to ready up and see who we draw here. We're keeping the Noble Sacrifice for the potential mental resource. And we're going to do Hobie Brown. Ooh, Genius. First Aid. And Spider-Man Auto Octavius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we like what we're seeing here. All the mental resources to help us out. And so we will go over to a quick thought would be getting rid of one of those cells and then maybe Spider-Man, maybe just getting down Hobie Brown, who could be cool to deal some damage eventually. And so, all right, let's think through here. We're going to go over to here. We forgot to activate with Sarah Garza. She's just going to go ahead and attack for 2 onto M.O.D.O.K, which brings his first damage down to 12. And the reason we do that is that she has ranged, so he doesn't retaliate back. Now we're going to ready up. Everyone's ready. Now we go over, add 1 here. He's attacking. We'll just take it because of our tough. So he's attacking for 1. All right. So it just pings 1 off of our tough. And then we get an encounter card, and it's going to be Psionic Blast. So in our hero form, we're going to take X indirect damage, where X is M.O.D.O.K's scheme, and then we confuse each character that takes damage this way. Indirect damage, we're just going to take the 3 damage and then get confused. We're okay with that. And so here we go. We're confused. We took 3 damage, and we can think about what we want to do here. So I think one move, maybe we just bust both of these holding cells. We're going to use a Genius. I think that might be the move, actually, to take care of one of the holding cells. And then hanging on to Hobie Brown. We can maybe hang on to Spider-Man Auto as well. We'll use a Noble Sacrifice and a First Aid here to remove another holding cell. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. We're going to, when we do that, hero action, spend 3, 1 lock counter. Okay, so we did those. We have our Psionic Inhuman here. Psionic Inhuman is going to thwart 1 from the main. And when he does that, after this ally thwarts, remove 1 lock counter from a holding cell. And let's see, I think Strong Inhuman's going to hang out here. Sarah Garza is going to continue doing the damage, so M.O.D.O.K goes down to 10. We have a Helicarrier. I didn't think about that. We have a Helicarrier. We could play auto, but Hobie Brown does so much damage for us that I think if we're nearing the end here, I think we are nearing the end here, so we're going to hang on to Hobie. I think I'm going to hang on to auto as well. Yeah, let's do that so we have some options. And so I like that Hobie has the mental resource for maybe the surveillance officer. So what can we do? We still have our activation. I'm going to go ahead and just thwart the 1 off of here. I think we like what we're working with here. Yeah, we very much do. Okay, so we're going to ready. Didn't get to use the Helicarrier that round, but that's okay. Yeah, is what it is. We're going to draw up to our hand size. We have Hobie Brown, we have Auto Octavius, Spider-Man's, 3 more cards. SPDR, the power in all of us, that's awesome, and make the call. Okay, so we just have ally heavy deck here, or hand here. So what can we do? We will go over to the main. We will have one added to it. M.O.D.O.K's going to attack. I think we can just defend in this case. Yeah, let's just do that. Just have us defend for 3. Our allies are readied. Yeah, so we're defending for our 3. He's attacking for 1. Just 1. That's cool to see. We go down to 6 health. And then we get an encounter card. Which is, oh my gosh, that's going to be aim interference. All right, has Insight 1. So we draw the worst card on the planet. And I think we're just going to have to deal with it. I don't want to get rid of any of my cards here, because I would have to spend fist resources, so I could prevent 1. But then we're just paying for Hobie Brown, because otherwise, let's see, we could pay for Hobie Brown here and then get another ally into play. I think I would rather do that. So we are just going to add 1 to all of these things, which is terrible. So in that case, like, I think we're going to try to... I was considering, like, maybe we could end the game this next turn, but that doesn't seem to be the case because I want to start getting rid of some of these. We'll see how we do. So it comes back over to us. We'll have our Psionic Inhuman thwart, and that unleashes our last Inhuman from its holding cell. And so now when M.O.D.O.K's counters go down to 0, we win the game. So we just have to remove, like, knock him down to 0. We have our flying Inhuman. And what do they do? After this ally thwarts, remove 1 threat from another scheme. That's okay. We're just going to hang out with that. So we have all of our Inhuman allies here, or yeah, allies here. We're going to, I guess, just keep them up here. And then we'll have a Helicarrier and a Power in all of us. We'll play Hobie Brown. And we're just going to sort of just yeet with him and see what we can do here. When Spider-Man leaves play. Yeah, so we're going to attack for 1 with Hobie Brown. And see where we're at with everything. So we're attacking with 1 with Hobie Brown. He's going to take 1 damage from indirect. This goes down to 9. And then he also takes 2 damage from the retaliate, which knocks him out. So when Spider-Man leaves play, we're going to discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way. So we grabbed 1, 2, and 3 cards from the encounter deck, and we're going to reveal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. That's awesome. So he goes down to 4 health remaining. Sarah Garza is going to attack to bring him down to 2 health remaining. Losing my tokens here. Okay, so with 2 health remaining, what do we want to do? So we know we have a kill shot with Sarah Garza for next turn. But we don't necessarily want to finish this off yet because we want to start taking care of some tokens. So yeah, I think I am just... Oh, we get to draw a card with Web of Life and Destiny. This doesn't exhaust because of Hobie Brown leaving play, which was a web binding. That's pretty cool. So let's see what we can do here. Can we play? Yeah. I might hang on to web binding because we really want to... Okay, so let's see. I want to start using my resources to get rid of tokens here. So these, yeah, the Spider-Man, I get to hang on to 1 of these. I'm just trying to think what I would want to do. We'll keep Spider-Man maybe, whatever. Web binding and make the call are going to bring out 1 of these tokens that removes 2 threat from a scheme. We still have Spider-Man Auto and Spider-Man on SPDR. Let's hang on to both since they're both different resources that we can try to get. And then I think we're just going to ready everyone up and see what we can do. So yeah, not a ton of stuff here right now. We're just kind of in survival mode, trying to get rid of these tokens, right? We could have ended the game here, but I don't. This is a lot of tokens to carry over to the next turn. So let's see what happens. We're going to add over. We're going to go one onto the main. He's attacking. We will still defend this. Oh, I didn't draw my hand. So we're hanging on to these for the resources. We draw Spider-Ham. Ooh, energy. And Spider-Man. Ooh, okay. So I kind of like what I'm seeing here. We can keep moving. Spider-Man readies us as well. I'm trying to think. With he's attacking, we're actually, yeah. Since as he's attacking, let's defend with flying Inhuman instead because he's just attacking for 1, 2, 3. That's fine. So flying Inhuman's going to take 3 damage out of their 5 health, and then hopefully this encounter card isn't too bad. Okay, it's cool. When revealed, place 1 acceleration token here for each A minion. It's a diplomatic immunity. This just comes in with 3 threat. We're not worried about that at all. So I think in this turn we can probably end it here because what we get to do, I can spend an energy, yeah, to get rid of the energy token here. That will heal us for 1. We can use our 2 Spider-Mans to take care of the Chief Surveillance Officer. That'll remove 2 threat from a scheme. And then what can we do here? I think we already drew our strength. I'm just trying to think of what doubles would we have to get rid of a physical. Yeah, we have our strength in here. Probably we have our... Oh, do we not have Ticket to the Multiverse? Oh, we do. I'm going to try something a little crazy just in case we can manage this. I'm going to flip down. And then when I do that, I'm going to shuffle Ticket to the Multiverse into our encounter deck or into our deck here. And so we don't have too many cards left. So what I'm hoping here, I'm going to play SPDR, have SPDR knock themselves out. And then maybe with that card we can draw into the Ticket to the Multiverse. Small chance, but that Ticket to the Multiverse can help us with the CTO or the Chief Tactical Officer here. Okay, so I'm going to use a Helicarrier. We're going to use Spider-Ham. That will play SPDR. SPDR is going to thwart, knock themselves out to get rid of, I don't know, diplomatic immunity. When they leave, we draw a card, and it's going to be Ticket to the Multiverse. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. Wow. That is some really crazy luck there. So we get Ticket to the Multiverse. Wow, that's incredible. Look at that. I can have planned that out better. We're going to... Oh no, I could have planned that out better. This is a hero action. No. Do I want to mess around with keeping 1 more? I kind of do. I kind of want to mess around with trying to get rid of this 1 more time. So we'll see what we can do. I'm going to heal to bring myself back up to 10. And then, yeah, let's try to do it. I want to get rid of these tokens so bad. This is going to mess us up. But let's thwart with 1 for the Psionic Inhuman. We're just really testing the waters here. That's going to thwart this down. We'll ready everyone up. And I love that I drew this, but completely forgot that this is a hero action. That feels just silly that that's a hero action. Let's draw up to our 6 card hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Of course, we don't draw 2 strength resources. That's okay though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 and 6. Okay, so let's see what we can do. We're gonna go over. We're gonna add 1. M.O.D.O.K schemes for 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. No way. Oh, the adaptoid environments. That's crazy. That's, well, whatever. I guess we're just gonna take that on the chin here. He schemes and pops this because he pulls a 3. So we tested the waters and lost here. So what even happens here? When this stage would be concluded, we put an adaptoid. That is the flying upgrade comes into play. If there are no adaptoid environments, players lose the game. We don't lose, but shuffle each adaptoid minion. So all the adaptoid minions will get shuffled in, but that's okay. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, that really stinks. So that's like bums me out, but that's okay. We will end there, right? We wanted to either have this or I can't believe he pulled a 3 booster there. That's crazy. I don't think we can do anything against that. Nope. Alrighty, so it is what it is. We unfortunately have 3 of these environments that come out. That's okay. Comes over to us. We will use our final. What else can we do? Yeah, we can't do anything else. We'll use our final ticket to the multiverse. We have to flip up to do this. To get rid of one of these, that deals 2 damage. And he loses. But at the end of the day, I guess we both kind of lose here because I'm happy to have this back down to 1, but unhappy to have this flying upgrade. I can't believe that happened. So, oh well, is what it is. We will continue on here. So, M.O.D.O.K is defeated. We get to move on to the next one. So let's see our victory steps. We have all 3, or we have 3 environment upgrades in play. Record the number of secret counters. It's just the one on the CTO. And then if at least 1 board member is in play, we get to gain the top evidence card. Alrighty, so let's take a look at that. We'll see what card we get. We have our full remaining hit points, which is awesome. We are going to draw and get a security scanner. So now we're talking. We can add a secret counter to add an aggression ally and shuffle it into our deck, and then add a threat to the main scheme to bring that into our hand. So now we have the option of an aggression ally, a justice ally, or justice support. So that's the security scanner. I will bring up our campaign log once again so I can cross out and figure out who we're looking at here, getting closer to who the possible choices are for our mole. Okay, and so with that, let's see, I think one more thing, we can take a look at what happens after we defeat M.O.D.O.K. I'll put this up on the screen as well. 8 hours later in Washington, D.C., Sarah Garza said, "I thought I was done for. Thanks for coming for me. Anything for one of our own? Agent Coulson will escort you to a safe house for your protection. Now that the Inhumans are home safely, there's just a matter of finding out who the mole on the board is. Investigate the most secretive organization in the world. Piece of cake. Maria Hill, Nicholas J. Fury, I don't know, or Nicholas Fury Jr., you are under arrest for violating the territorial sovereignty of AIM Island, first-degree assault and destruction of property. On whose authority? We are the Thunderbolts. We act on the authority of the S.H.I.E.L.D. Executive Board. Surrender, and we can work this out peacefully. BS, or don't. S'il vous plaît." Whoosh. So we're attacking the Thunderbolts here, and that will be our next mission that we take on. So thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all. That was a pretty crazy end there, but we made it through. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate y'all.